So I wanted to talk about insecurities. There's a bunch of different subjects that tie into this, but I'm going to try and keep it as condensed as possible. Okay, so I just feel like currently, in our current state, I feel like a lot of people have insecurities. I think I used to be a pretty insecure person, but as I do the work on myself, I start realizing that none of it really matters. I just have to be me, and then you either like it or you don't, and that's cool. But I feel like we're all seeking external validation, and whether it be from our parents, our peers, our friends, our colleagues, society as a whole, I think a lot of us are insecure, and then this is not a well thought through thought, but I feel like some people who are trying to rebel against that go to an opposing extreme, and they do off the wall shit to like get attention that way, but it's still a type of insecurity, I feel. I could be wrong. I mean, maybe everyone's just expressing themselves, but I think the underlying core issue that nobody cares to look at is you're doing a lot of things you're doing, and it's triggered by insecurity. You know what I mean? Think about social media. Like, everybody is like, oh my god, look at this, look at that, I can do this, I can do that. Why? I just feel like if you didn't really need the attention, you wouldn't need to post it. Or you'd be doing stuff because you actually enjoy doing it, and you wouldn't have to post it. You know, on the on from another angle, I can see why people post things like maybe they're genuinely and sincerely trying to inspire you to become a better human being. But predominantly, I think it's insecurity. Like, how many likes did I get? How many views did I get? You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like, if you're comfortable with yourself, why would you need to draw that kind of attention to yourself? I think anytime you need to draw attention to yourself, you're probably dealing with some type of insecurity. Um, then I have to ask myself the question, am I insecure? I probably am. But at least I'm willing to admit to it, and most people aren't even willing to admit to that. They'll be like, no, I'm not insecure, man. That's why I go to the gym and I'm working it out, man, so I can show you my muscles and can take pictures of myself. Look at me. You know what I mean? Or, yeah, and you know what's really interesting to me? Like, this is just an observation, but like people who are putting out like genuine and sincere information in order to motivate or enhance other human beings, they don't get nearly as much attention as the people who are insecure. You know what I mean? Like the people who really, really deserve recognition for their energy and efforts, they're just getting like pushed to the side. 0 likes. Not that that matters, but I think you get what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm making sense. I just feel like I'm just like spitting things out. But yeah, like I think anytime you feel the desire to get or seek attention, it's just because you need to give that attention to yourself. You need to give yourself that approval, that validation, you know, but you're so busy trying to get it outside of yourself, and that doesn't work. Like, it works for a while until you realize that it's not really worth anything because you need to give it to yourself. You need to value yourself. You need to know your worth. You need to, like, know how awesome you are. You know, you don't need someone else to tell you, you know? I think I went through phases, so I think it's great. Like, I use social media as an outlet usually to, like, outlet my emotions or information that I garnered that I thought would be worthwhile, worth sharing. And, I had some success. Like, I'm not saying like I was like super successful, but I had some, mild success, and, that made me feel good. And then I started another channel of social media, and it wasn't doing as great. And I started like beating myself up. I started like doubting myself and like thinking like, oh, like not many people like my posts. That must mean like I suck. But again, like all these tools present themselves in order for you to know yourself more. So like the more I started like feeling down on myself, I started like hating on myself, I started kind of like, stepping back to kind of assess what's going on. And I realized that, yeah, I was insecure, and, I was basing my worth and my value off of like how many people like my shit. And I would get disappointed sometimes because I'm not gonna lie, like I sincerely and genuinely put my heart and soul into like my posts, like, and I guess I was expecting like it to have some type of impact, and when it didn't, it goes back to having expectations, it goes back to ego gratification, it goes back to like, like, if you don't know your own value or your own worth, um, then, it's going to be mirrored externally. So now I just kind of like do things without any attachment to the outcome, without any attachment or expectation. And if you like it, cool. If you don't like it, cool. Like either way, it's really good to me, and it just feels better. It feels lighter. You don't have that like weight attached to it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just something I wanted to relay. So just know your worth. Know your value. Know that, you don't have to show off. All you need to do is like sit here and look at yourself and be like, I'm valuable. I'm worthwhile. And even though like it may not seem like it, without me, like this place wouldn't be what it is, you know what I mean? And we're just so like strong and noble and courageous to have chosen to incarnate into this particular time, place, and space. I mean, can you think of all the millions and billions of other souls that never really quite made it here? And here you are, So I'm here to let you know that even if you're insecure, that's okay. Like, I think it's just part of the learning process until you realize that, you are so valuable and so worthwhile. All right, blessings to one and all. Amen.